was the first time I ever had a very, very public relationship. With that came a very, very public breakup.
Oh, honey. Welcome to OHoney podcast,
where you get the sticky and the sweet with Summer
and Amanda. And today we have Kylie. Kylie Rae.
Hey guys.
So Kylie does YouTube, Instagram. She is a model, and you recently were in a movie too.
Yeah, I was. It was a lot of fun.
What was it about?
Wow, it's like kind of like a deep movie, but my part was a fighting scene, so I got to work with a fight coordinator. Which is really cool because you kind of got to see like the behind the scenes of how it actually really works versus how it looks on camera.
Yeah.
Isn't it crazy how it's so different? Like behind the scenes to everything versus what you think in your mind what it's really like is so different.
Yeah, you watch it in person, you're like, oh, they're not killing each other right
yeah,
now.
So it was a lot of cool. Like I got my hair pulled, I got punched.
But you didn't get hurt.
I got my hair pulled.
But I didn't get hurt.
Yeah, that doesn't feel like it.
So it was a lot of fun. It was cool. It was definitely took me out of my comfort zone and. Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
So you're pursuing acting mostly now, or is that like what's your
goals
here?
End goal I would say is acting. I'm starting back up my acting classes. I took like a 3 month hiatus and kind of just had some fun, but now I'm back on YouTube, starting acting classes.
Like a YouTube break?
Yeah.
How was that?
Oh my God, it was so nice.
What was the best thing about stopping social media?
The best thing, well, for me, I think it was just like trying to like figure out for like making the decision for myself, what I liked and what I didn't like. I think with social media, it's so hard sometimes. I mean, especially with vlogging, because I remember when I first was in social media, I didn't want to start vlogging because I felt like it was so personal and people like really get to know who you are. And then I started vlogging, and then once people kind of like get the gist of like who you are from the outside perspective, like the only perspective that they see at least, they always have opinions and comments. And so it just got to a point with like everything that I had been going through at that time when I stopped. It was just always receiving certain comments of like what I should or shouldn't be doing, how I should be acting.
How to live your own life.
Yeah, and so it just got to a point where I wanted to like take a step back and not really focus on that and just kind of figure it out for myself. Mm-hmm. So I think that was probably like the most like fun part for me was not having to like read any of those and just like doing it for myself.
Just post it and disable the comments.
Yeah, that's
there
true
you go.
too.
Disable all the comments.
Yeah. But for some reason, we never do it.
Cool.
We still read them.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of good comments in there too. It's just
Yeah,
like,
but
funny
It's
how
so
you
funny
focus
because
on
like
it.
the
only
one,
focus on the negative.
The one bad one,
Yeah.
it ruins your day. You can have a million good ones. The one bad one is like, my life is ruined.
Yeah.
But not, or you could just have them deleted and get a comment moderator. Is that what they call it?
You know, you can block like certain words.
Certain
That
words,
never
yeah.
works. I feel like because I still see the words. I'm like, I thought I blocked you.
Yeah, you could actually do that. I've never tried it.
But it's honestly just
work.
also not like engaging with them or paying attention to them.
Yeah.
Because it just influences people to comment shitty stuff. So I just look for the nicest things or like
I wish we could be
genuine
blind to the
things.
hate. Like I don't see that.
But if it's a constructive thing, then hey, that's great.
Yeah.
Like that helps. But who knows?
I feel like it's never extra. It's just their opinions that are mean. I'm like, okay, sorry you feel that way. Bye. But it's always when you hit them back with a nice comment that they always come back like, oh, I love you. I'm
Yeah, I've definitely done that. But I like you said, I don't usually ever like
I
respond
never
to
engage with the bad stuff because then
Yeah.
they think, oh, I'm going to say something really mean just to get her to engage back.
Yeah.
So I only engage with like the sweet stuff.
Yeah, same.
Or like oh, that's a good idea. Or like, hey, that's actually true.
Yeah.
Like maybe I should do that. So going back to like cut out social media, did your friendship circles kind of change with it too? Like when you got rid of it, do you notice you were hanging out with different people or?
Wow, I think this is it's funny because yes and no. It's hard bringing this up without everything that happened to me. So like when I stopped, I obviously went through a breakup, and I met someone that was really impactful in my life at the time, Michelle, and we became really, really good friends.
Oh, I've seen her.
Yeah, and so we met, and it just so happened that like it happened at the right time of like the breakup, and so I've just been like hanging out with her, and she's been, you know, a really good positive impact in my life. So yeah and no, just because I think that like my last relationship and that whole group was like a ton of vloggers, and now I've kind of like moved on to like a different group that
So
aren't
is
so
that
much.
the timing of like a life change, like a big?
Yeah, I definitely
like,
had a huge life
so it's
change.
multiple things that kind of
It was like
influenced.
everything that happened at the same time.
Yeah.
I think that just has to happen. Like, you just evolving. Like, that's just
That's what
life.
it is,
You just grow as a person. You outgrow people. It's just life.
Would you
Yeah.
ever put a relationship on social media again?
No.
Yeah, you're like.
It was the first time I ever had a very, very public relationship. With that came a very, very public breakup.
Yeah.
And I've never had to do that ever. And I
Did you, like-
briefly talked about it in my vlog. I didn't want to go in too deep about it. But it just goes back to like having everyone comment on it and stuff like that.
And they
and
all have their own opinions, and it already
Yeah.
is sucky enough, and then you have to hear all the opinions of people who don't even know the relationship, have nothing to do with it. It's like, wow, how can you have an opinion?
Yeah.
You don't even know anything.
Well, it's hard. I mean, they kind of can a little bit.
because we did make it so
Yeah.
public.
Yeah. So they can put their.
But
two
I'm
cents
saying,
in
even
about,
if you know everything about your mom's relationship or your brothers and sisters, it's still not your relationship. You can't
Yeah,
have
like
an
there's
opinion.
still granted so many things that the outside world has
Yeah,
no
'cause you keep
idea
things
about.
private too.
But yeah, I definitely learned my lesson, and I'm not gonna have like anything that's super, super personal to me like that is not
Yeah.
gonna be like broadcasted
I
all
think
over.
that's great.
See, that's what I do. I never put any of my
Yeah.
relationships. Like, I always say that, like, the things that you love most, you keep private.
Yeah.
Because, like,
Johannes
people always,
is all over my social media.
I'm like, oh
Wow.
my gosh, I'm not talking about you. So just like, but it's true because with people,
I
because
get
like
it,
when
though.
I did post my boyfriend a little bit, think people don't like to see your happiness, and people don't want you to be happy. So people will come to me and tell me things. I'm like, even if they're making up, it's like just like filling my head with like negativity.
Yeah.
It's like I just want it to be my own thing. It's my own relationship. It doesn't have to be public. It's just like the way to do it.
I think there's also like levels. To
Yeah, I
doing
think
it,
there's a
too.
happy balance. Like,
There is.
Granted,
For
I would
me,
never
it just
like.
doesn't work for me, but for
Yeah.
Amanda, it works for her, and you guys are good.
Yeah, because we
it's just
started
not
off
my
as like
thing.
friends, Johannes and I,
Yeah.
and then we were just. I was
And
like,
people like
you
wanted
can be
you
like
guys to be together.
yeah. But I had a boyfriend at the time when he was like in my videos, and we were friends for like a year.
Yeah.
And then I broke up with my boyfriend.
I always thought you guys are always like friends, but I'm like, is this a cover up for them? Like, they're doing it.
It actually
I know
wasn't. Like, I'm very loyal. And then broke up with the boyfriend, and then, you know, I was like, oh, I'm single now, just gonna date around. And Johannes was just like swooped on in.
He's like,
it's
not chance.
Yeah, he's
Yeah, but that's
like,
good when you guys have been friends for so
That's the
long.
best
I think
way to
it,
actually do
it
it.
makes such a difference because
You
I
guys
feel
get
like
to
for
know
me,
each
I've
other.
never really been like that.
Yeah.
I'm always like, oh, I like you,
You're
okay.
like, I love you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it really makes a huge difference if you're friends and you get to know them on like a different
Yeah.
level before jumping into a relationship.
It gets rid of a lot of expectations
Yeah.
too. I mean, like it's good to have expectations, but not
like too much.
Yeah, because like I feel like when you get a boyfriend, a lot of the times it's like, all right, he needs to do this for me. He needs to act this way. He's my boyfriend, so this is like these are the
Yeah.
boxes he has to tick. But when you have somebody that's like a friend first and foremost, you respect them. You like care about their feelings. Like you let things go more. Like it's like I don't know. And then it's also things become more thoughtful. I don't know. I prefer it.
No, I agree.
No,
Yeah.
no, it's a good way.
So all those guys in the friend
It's a
zone
good way.
out there.
Yeah, you have a chance.
Well, that's actually the
hope
best
you have a
way because
chance.
you don't have like, the expectations, and you don't have that jealousness, and you know when in a relationship like they want to impress you, so they don't say things and they're not honest about some things because
yeah.
they just don't want to make you mad or make you think
Yeah.
a different way, so they like hide the truth a little bit.
You're like, here's my
With
best
a
side.
friend. They don't care.
Yeah,
They're
you
gonna be
see all sides
honest.
of
They're gonna
them,
say
yeah.
everything.
Yeah.
So it's like it's not the like one-sided like, oh, I just want you to like me because I want to be your boyfriend.
Yeah.
It's like they don't
Yeah.
care. They want to be friends, and it doesn't matter.
So
they
we
are
think.
honest about everything.
They like
what do
have
we
it
think?
plotted the whole time. They're like, we're gonna show her the friend side,
It's
but
like Johannes is over there. He's like, give me a year.
Did Johannes just
Oh, like-
love you the whole time? Was he just like,
He was
baby,
always
baby?
super sweet. He said he did. He said he had a crush on me the whole time.
Aww.
So it was even sweeter.
You're like,
And then he moved into the apartment right next to me, and then
See, it was the plot of
the plotting.
Give me a year.
He's
friend.
like, let's share a bedroom wall with each other.
And you're like, this is getting a little.
Really get to see who we're
Sus.
hanging out with,
Yeah.
and I'm like, okay, but yeah.
And then you guys start getting jealous. It's like, you better not be having any girls over.
Yeah, and then it just started turning. We're dating. It's funny how it like happens though, like titles on things. It's so interesting, because it's like I never was like, will you be my boyfriend?
Yeah,
Will
you just feel like you get to a point where you just know.
Yeah, you're like, okay, this is what we are.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's so like I feel like that's so like when you're younger, like you, I don't think you have to ask like, will you be my girlfriend or boyfriend anymore at a certain age. It's just kind of like you kind of just know.
You're like,
Yeah.
oh, okay, I get it.
We're-
But then
we're dating now,
sometimes it requires that conversation though of like confirming.
Yeah.
Because then like the
Sometimes,
guy
like,
or girl
mixing
could be
them.
like, well, we never said.
Yeah, that's very true.
Yeah, I guess. It's
I definitely know someone that would be like that, I feel like.
Yeah. Some clarity is good to have.
Yeah, they
Definitely.
do. You catch them with another person or something. They're like, you're cheating on me. It's like, no, you never asked me to be your girlfriend or
Yeah.
boyfriend. It's like,
We never confirmed it, so.
I'm like, are we in high school? Like, elementary?
Yeah.
Like, what the hell?
Johannes is in the other room. He's gonna walk up to me. Will you be my girlfriend?
He's like, can we just make sure that we're on the same level right
I
now?
overheard the conversation.
I'm like, can we clarify? Because
Oh my God,
But
that's funny.
I don't know. I feel like a lot of relationships now, though, are online
Yeah.
because everybody posts on Facebook, Instagram. Not everybody's an influencer like we may think. Because
Yeah.
in our bubble of Los Angeles, like, I feel like everybody's just doing social media stuff and
know.
becoming an actor, an influencer, or, a singer. Or, you know, it's all industry stuff.
Yeah.
But the real world, like, not everybody's trying to gain a following
Yeah.
all the time, which is awesome. Like, I think that's great. But they're also posting their relationships online for their friends and family to stay updated.
But it's like a smaller viewing of people that see it.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
it's only their
different.
friends and family.
But that's their world.
I know.
That's like the. If I was just like in the real world, I would post my boyfriend and stuff.
Yeah.
But this, it's like, it's just too
Well,
much
for
stuff
me,
to
it's
get
like-
involved.
So for people that aren't trying to like become famous or grow a following or do something in entertainment, they're posting for their world to see.
Yeah.
But in my mind, I'm like, all right, this is my world, like, and I want my world to see it. Like, when I travel, like, everybody I meet there, they're like my friends because they see me every day and, like, they know everything about me, and it's just the coolest thing. So it's like, how can I hide that from them, too?
Yeah, I mean, like, you can't, but it goes back to just, you know, finding, like, a balance on, like, certain
Yeah,
things.
but some
that you
people
wanna
can get away
show.
with it. Some people can't. Like guys would literally tear my boyfriend apart. Like you know how many guys would be so pissed if I had a boyfriend? They'd be so. They would literally die. So I can't do that. But
Well, maybe different angle. They could look and be like, oh shit, like, I want to be like him, and start following
they're just
him.
gonna be like, "Well, I can't marry Summer. I hate my life." But
You do know
that's
we're
my
doing-
fan base.
You do know we're doing a podcast right now. And that's like, no, literally everybody knows. So
knows what?
you have a boyfriend.
No, I don't.
Oh, just kidding.
Guys, it's a mystery.
Does she or does she not? Comment
Yeah.
below.
Comment below. Does she or does she not?
Speaking of which, guys,
Every podcast, I'm gonna have a different answer.
make sure you download our podcast on iTunes, or if you
Shopify.
listen on Spotify.
Oh, I just called it Shopify.
However you consume your podcast, make sure you download ours, OHoney Podcast,
And
subscribe.
You too. Hey, we finally did it in sync.
For
we have
once.
so hard, like saying things in sync.
Yeah, it's
Guys, we should change. We should change the name to
Kylie.
NSYNC.
Kylie, I feel like I wish I have the view between you and Kylie right now, which is Summer talking and then Kylie just like mouth open, like
I'm like trying to go
consuming.
back and forth between the two of you. I'm like,
whoa,
There's a lot
she's like a little firecracker. I'm like trying to like keep up.
Dude, it's a lot. Me and Amanda are just so different.
I know, it's
We're like
so
night
great.
and day from each other.
It's so
literally,
great.
you were like 1,000 shades.
She's
literally
like a
night
little
and day.
firecracker.
Guys, I'm a mess.
No,
I
you're
wouldn't say
great.
that.
See,
Well, I
she
would say
brings it to another extreme. Yeah, she's like, yeah, I'm a horrible person.
Yeah, you're
I
definitely
deserve
an
to die.
extremist.
She's like, Jesus, no, we didn't say that. We say you have great conversation. All right, so let's dive into the honey pot. So we're gonna go over some letters, some diary entries. All right, so the first one. So we're gonna give some advice today, Kylie.
Oh, please give
Yeah,
me
we're
all
kinda
the
like
give me
counselors.
all the advice you
You're
have.
giving,
gonna
you're
help.
giving the advice.
Oh, I'm giving
you're
the advice.
giving the advice.
Guys, I don't know. I don't know if it's gonna be good
We have
advice.
an email and fans like email us questions
Ready.
and we're gonna read them and
Yeah.
we have to help. We're counselors today.
Oh my god, I love this.
But not like completely not professionals at
Oh,
this.
yeah.
So
Like,
disclaimers all around.
Yeah. Don't take us too seriously.
Yeah. This is like advice from your friends.
Yeah. This is girl
Basically.
talk right now.
Yeah.
And guy talk too.
And I died.
We're just like talking.
All right. So
ready.
also, if you want to send in your diary entries, just send it to diary@ohoneydiary.com. So let's dive into this. We got our first question. So I'm in a little predicament. When I changed schools, I kind of told everyone that I had a sexual experience before, which I have not. I didn't want everyone to think that I was prude and inexperienced, but now I'm dating a guy. He's 2 years older, and he assumes that I'm not a virgin, obviously because me not being a virgin traveled like rapid fire. So my question is it possible to have sex for the first time and have him not know that I really am a virgin, or should I reveal to him privately that I actually am a virgin and that I think she meant that I made it up? Will he think I'm an idiot liar? Ooh. And tell everyone? Ugh, so embarrassing. Thanks, X. And this is from Jess the Virgin. Jess.
I think honesty
I
is
was
honesty is
that's
key.
what I was saying.
Yeah.
Honesty is always a virtue because what if you really like she really like and then he finds out like oh you're and honestly
Yeah.
like sex for the first time kind of hurts so it's like she's gonna be like ow ow. He's gonna be like what the fuck?
What is she gonna be like?
Ow.
Hand up. No, I would say the same though. Like honesty is always better
No, honesty is a virtue.
because you, especially if like.
And
God
the truth
forbid-
always comes out. It's
Yeah,
so crazy. It's
that's
so
what I
crazy
always
how the
say.
truth really does
Well,
come out.
also there's the hymen, so that's a thing.
There's a
Yeah.
what?
It's girls.
Heimlich?
No. Okay, so this is the hymen. And so it's popping your cherry.
Oh yeah, that's what hurts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
So
it doesn't
that-
like
and-
bleed or something?
Yeah, well, it doesn't, so it's not, there's ways around this because people like pop their cherry or their hymen, whatever.
I feel like when you put a tampon it pops it. So maybe she's been on her period.
Why would you
'Cause
put
you
a
put a
tampon?
tampon up your vagina.
Oh, right.
That pops the cherry, I think.
Yeah, I just got confused.
Same.
Why would you put a tampon up your vagina?
I know, to pop
I
it.
think it can and can't. I think it can go both ways.
Sometimes it happens when you're working out. So, I guess there's ways around that.
Yeah.
Okay, so.
And sometimes I've heard that it happens when you ride a horse too.
So random. I don't think I've ever heard that.
Stretching.
No, I
can
swear I've
I
heard that
low-key want
before.
to Google it
Everyone
later.
else is nodding their head at me, so.
I've never heard that.
Well,
But,
get educated.
I'm gonna go
Well,
home.
now you know.
I learned something new today.
Yeah. So maybe, I actually don't even remember mine, ever that happening. TMI, I don't know.
I don't know. I don't even remember what I ate for breakfast yesterday, so I don't know what's happening.
So I would say, I would feel like a guy would know if you're.
That's what I was
A
saying.
virgin.
She's gonna be
Yeah.
like, so you're gonna act like you're all experienced and all great at it,
it's
and then she's
also
gonna be
who's-
like, "What's happening?" Because that's always
Yeah.
awkward
Yeah.
your first time too.
Yeah,
Like,
you never
don't
really
even know what
what
to
you're
do.
doing.
Like you just
Well,
lay there.
first
Like,
off, I don't being a prude. That whole idea, I don't.
think there's anything wrong with it.
I think it's
Is that what
great.
you're saying?
Yeah.
Dude, if I was a dude and I would be like, "Oh my god, I love you. You're not a slut."
Yeah, exactly. Like I think
I
it's
think that's
more.
a turn on.
Pause on that.
Okay, you're not like sleeping around and stuff.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Because.
But I think different ages too. It's so different. Like I remember growing up. I think that's how a lot of guys' mentalities are when you start to grow up. But I think like, I mean, I don't know how old she is, but I
Maybe
think
it's
at that
younger
like
boys might think it's
13,
weird.
14, 15 age, like guys
Yeah, she
just
could
want
be
like someone
really
to hook
young.
up with because they're at that like time where they're just like
So
super
I think
like.
we need to have their ages because then it's easier to like relate
Guys,
to
if you
them.
send something in, give us an
Add
age
the
frame.
age.
Yeah, because if she's like in her like 20s and
Doesn't
stuff,
that
I'm
kind of make
like,
sense?
okay.
I feel like at that age, certain guys don't care about that. They just
kids
want
are not
someone to
caring
sleep
about
with.
finding a good wifey type. They care about having a
He's
good time.
probably a virgin too then. Like,
Yeah.
who's to say?
So 2 years older, so maybe she's like 16 and he's maybe like 19 or something.
yeah. Well,
Okay, that's 3 years.
math is a little
Guys,
wrong.
can we please? Hey, I'm like, I meant
Like,
like.
me and you both just go,
You guys are like,
How do we say this in a nice way?
Yeah, the math was a little off there, guys.
No,
I'm
it's-
not great at math.
Hey, it's so Jess the virgin.
Okay,
So
Jess.
basically, Jess. It was Jess, right?
yeah.
So Jess needs to just tell him
She
not-
needs to be honest.
She is the
Yeah,
virgin.
I would tell him.
And in my opinion, there's nothing wrong with just embrace your own journey. And if you are a virgin, be honest. And that's nothing wrong with being a virgin. I hate that like we live in a world where it's like being a virgin's bad. It's not
Yeah.
bad.
I think it's awesome.
I think it's awesome too. So I'm like, girl, good for you for being a virgin.
Like, I think
honestly, wait till marriage. Okay?
I think
Then
I-
all of a sudden, like,
Some people do
wait
that.
till marriage.
Yeah.
That's what I wanted to do.
You
But
wanted
then-
to? And
Yeah,
then
I really wanted to. I'm still kind of sad that I didn't, but like I'm a virgin too. Okay.
Does it count?
I love
if-
how I say like I have a boyfriend, and then I'm like I don't have a boyfriend, and then I'm
you're
like I'm a virgin.
Well,
I'm
you
not
said
a
I
virgin.
want. I was like, I want to.
And then I'm like, I'm a virgin. Guys, you never know. I'm not. You guys will never know the real me.
Oh.
At least they won't.
They're like, we're pretty sure that you have.
We're pretty sure we
pretty
know
sure
what
about
you-
this.
I don't know,
get
guys.
you.
I'm talking about them. I never want anyone to know the real me. Just kidding. There's a mystery. One episode I'm a virgin, next episode I'm not.
Who's to say? Like,
You never
honestly,
know.
whose business is it anyway
Yeah.
besides the person that you're sleeping with? I feel like it is, it doesn't even, like, the only thing that is anybody's business is, like, if you have an STD.
Yeah.
If you
Oh,
have-
then you need to really be honest.
Then you need to be right up front with that.
Yeah.
And then, who knows, maybe they have the same one.
Oh God, that you guys like bond. You guys like bond over
bond
it.
over it.
I think
Bond
also
over
like
that.
herpes is something that you should probably talk about.
You should do
Yeah.
that right up front. And also,
And also, maybe if you're a virgin, just tell them.
Yeah.
but that, like,
Honesty is key.
Honestly.
I mean, I guess the only reason that you would really tell somebody that you're a virgin would be so, hey, like, help me out in here. Because, like,
Yeah.
I'm still figuring out how this works and, like, be gentle.
Yeah.
I'm just curious of what their ages are, because if she's older and this is the guy she wants to be with for life, you probably don't want to start a relationship on lies. Like, by the way, when we had sex for the
No,
first
yeah.
time, I was actually a virgin. But if they're like 13, 4, like young, you're probably not getting married.
I never heard
Maybe they will,
of
I don't
a guy that was not interested in a girl because she's a virgin.
Guys, I think like
I
that.
feel like they would, yeah.
Yeah,
I
they'd be
feel
like,
he'd
oh,
be like,
yeah.
oh no,
let
don't
me be the
accept
one.
it.
I don't think
Yeah,
guys are like,
yeah.
oh, I want a girl that all the guys have been in. That's not like a guy like thing, like right? Like they're not like, oh,
Wait,
other dicks
sounds
haven't been in you, then I don't want that.
Sounds romantic.
That's true. I think that is not a
Maybe
big
they're in
deal.
love. Who's to say?
Yeah.
I don't think that's a big deal. So Jess, I think you should tell him.
But I also don't think people should feel like to be cool they have to
They
say.
have to say that they've slept around.
Yeah.
Right, like why does that make
Yeah.
you cool? In my head, that doesn't make you cool. Like
I'm trying to think.
live your own
This
truth.
does sound like a very high school thing though, so I'm
I
thinking,
feel like it is.
I'm thinking back to high school. Like, what was school?
I don't know. I was a
It's not
virgin,
cool now,
and I
like-
was literally just like, I'm a virgin.
Yeah.
So like, I thought that was cool.
It definitely
Yeah.
sounds like a very high school
Conversation.
yeah.
So what else did Jess want to know? She's like, all right. She wants to know if she should tell him. We decided, Jess, you should tell him that you are a virgin because don't
And
lie.
if he thinks you're an idiot liar, then
He's not the one for you. Yeah.
yeah. Well, you did lie about it, so.
So maybe you are a liar, but not
So
an idiot.
that's a fact.
But maybe this is a lesson just not to lie.
Yeah.
Lying's never good.
There we go.
This is
Just
a
don't
hard
lie.
lesson for you to learn that lying sucks.
And
and
lying
be
about
yourselves.
stupid stuff like
Yeah.
that. Like,
You're
guys,
digging
I've
a
slept
hole there.
around. Like,
Well, I think
Congrats.
what she's afraid too is that he's gonna go tell the school that she lied about it.
Yeah, and she's not actually. Yeah, but at this point, like you said, he kind of did. So
Maybe you
just
could
don't
talk
lie
to him
in
and be
general.
like, hey,
it's just a lesson learned, okay?
be like,
Let's
no,
not
she
lie.
could lie more, and just be
He's
like,
lying.
no, she could lie even more, and just be like, hey, like we're gonna do this, and even after we do this, you're the guy that I said this happened before. just change the timing of it. Because why does it matter?
Yeah.
Like, she doesn't have to deal with people calling her a liar and getting bullied for that. Instead, she made a mistake, and
Like,
to
I hope that he would
prevent
just be a
just
decent dude and just not
Same.
do that.
Yeah.
Like, talk
Same.
about
But
it.
Just like really
if
gonna
we're in high
manifest it
school,
for her.
yeah,
Like,
just hope for the best.
He's just not gonna
I'm
say
just really
anything,
gonna hope
guys.
for the best
He's a
for
great
you.
dude.
Oh, honey, make sure you stick around for this very sweet message from our sponsor, Talkspace. Life can be stressful between work, family, and everything in between. It's not always easy to find time for yourself. I mean, I made this a priority for myself even, and found Talkspace to be an incredible tool for relieving any additional stress in my life. And there is a lot sometimes. Finding the right therapist doesn't have to be stressful. The Talkspace matching process takes your unique preferences into account to find you someone whose style and expertise matches your needs. And if you want to switch therapists, you can do so at any time, at no extra cost. Convenient and easy to use, you no longer have to wait for your next appointment to talk about what's going on in your mind. With Talkspace, you can send unlimited messages to your dedicated therapist from the privacy of your device, from anywhere at any time of day. If you're having a tough time, you can always schedule a live video session with your therapist for extra support. Talkspace has more than 5,000 licensed therapists who are experienced in addressing the challenges we all face. To match with your perfect therapist for a fraction of the price of traditional therapy, go to Talkspace.com. Make sure to use code HONEY, HONEY, to get $65 off of your first month. And show your support for the show. That's Honey, HONEY, and Talkspace.com, TALKSPACE.com.
I thought it was like a cool thing for dudes to take girls' virginity. Like,
That's
I thought-
why the guy's gonna talk about it in school.
Oh shit.
That's why he's gonna tell everybody. He's gonna be
Okay,
like,
let's just do this. Maybe just don't have sex with him, either.
But then there's gonna be another guy.
Then maybe he's like gonna be a better dude who's not gonna say anything at a different school. I don't.
We're like really
don't
trying
know.
to find all
find-
angles of this.
Guys,
Find
just
a
wait
guy.
till marriage.
Find a
Yeah,
guy
that's the best bet.
at a different school.
Because virgins are like unicorns.
And
I
then
love unicorns.
all right, cool. So
Okay, guys, should we
Jess
go to
needs
our...
to find a unicorn like herself and then experience it together.
Yeah, she should find another virgin, and then
Two unicorns.
That's so cute.
And then they won't say anything.
Yeah, because they'll both be like, that was awkward. Let's
Yeah.
not talk about it.
Yeah, literally.
But we did that, and it's
Literally,
done.
that would happen.
They're like, yeah, I don't want to touch that topic.
She also goes, is it possible to have sex for the first time and have him not know? Okay, blah, blah, blah. We think
Okay, I
that...
think we already said probably
Yeah.
Okay, so that's
not. I
it
think
for...
we already got that.
All right, on to the next one then.
Okay, back into the honey pot.
Oh,
This is
honey.
a claw machine. I want to get like a little jar and put the
Shouldn't it
things
be
in.
like, since it's a honey pot, it's like sticky. So
Oh.
we're like sticking their hand
Oh, I'm
in.
gonna stick, and then I'm gonna have a lot of notes. So I'm just gonna stick one finger in.
Just the
And
tip.
pick it out.
Just the tip. Oh, also we should tell Jess. Just the tip.
And no hymen situations there either, so
Then
that's
they
good.
might not know.
Yeah.
Then she won't know.
That's actually a great idea, Summer.
I know. I
But
like
use
the rest of
protection,
this.
Yeah, always.
because the tip can deliver.
Still mess you up.
But the tip is what the stuff comes out of, so you can still get pregnant from the tip.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Well, let's go in our honey pot. Hi, ladies. So, this is a bit personal, but I am a guy, and maybe the first guy ever that doesn't always have the urge to have sex. I am also not gay. I actually don't want to have sex with guys or girls, and now I don't feel as though I can relate to my guy friends who talk about sex all the time, and they talk about it a lot. It sucks because sometimes I have to pretend like I'm really into the guy talk, but I actually am not agreeing with them or even interested in what they are talking about. Is something totally wrong with me, or is it normal not to have sexual urges all the time like that guys do, dudes do? From the not horny guy.
Oh, honey.
Surprisingly,
honey.
I feel like I know a couple
It's like
people
asexual.
this. Yeah, it's definitely
It's like
just being
it's the thing.
asexual.
It's asexual.
For the longest time, it's so funny. I thought I was asexual, but I come to find out there's a thing called demisexual.
What's that?
So basically, like, I'm the sense of like you'll never really hear me say like, oh, that person's super hot or like that person's super attractive. Like, I find attraction off personality. So I'll meet someone and not think that they're like cute at all, and then once I actually get to know them, I'm like, oh my god, you're literally the hottest person I know.
Right.
We needed her for our last podcast for the other guy that we were talking about. There was this guy that had acne and he felt like he could never get a girl
yeah, we
in his
needed
life.
you.
Really?
Yeah, you would have just boosted his confidence 1,000%.
It's so weird. That's just how Michelle taught me it was demisexual or whatever. Because I was like, I don't think I'm asexual. Because I've never, but I know a few guys who are like that, and I've had that conversation where growing up it was hard for them to have like guy talk because they just like didn't really care to.
Right.
And they knew that they weren't like. They knew that they weren't into guys, but they just didn't ever like care to have sex with either or. Like it was just never.
Yeah, they
like,
just don't
on
have the
their
urge. They're just not horny. They don't have that like urge to like.
Is that
It's like normal like that dudes do.
so?
I mean, I don't think there's
my
anything wrong
question
with
is,
that. Honestly, I would like a guy like that because they're not like
Yeah.
cheating on you and all that crazy stuff. Like they're just
No
like
worries,
chilling.
zero
Yeah.
I'm just like, yeah, you can go anywhere you want.
But like, is that for life? It's like that. Like, how do you get a sexual drive then? Like, what turns you on if you're asexual?
Well, I actually don't know. I know when I had this conversation with someone, it was like back in like high school that it was literally almost this exact same thing. It was in high school. I think as you kind of get older, you are able to adapt a little bit more, and you
And maybe if you
obviously
find someone
don't
that you
not
really
have
love.
sex. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Well, sex isn't everything. That's right, but it is a part of relationships. too.
yeah, it definitely is.
But
That
like,
part I
you know,
don't
like
know.
when you like are in love with someone, it's not like it's not as much as about like the sexualness of it. It's like making love type thing. So maybe he wants to make love when he has to find someone he loves.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
That's
Maybe.
true. So maybe it's more of that. I gotta do some more research on asexual.
Yeah.
Like find out more about that. It sounds super interesting.
right.
But I don't think it's like I don't know what to classify myself as, but like for me it's like I'm not like super attracted to everybody right away either. Like the hottest person. Like I was friends with Johannes for a year and I thought he was like a hot guy, but I'm like, all right, like that's you know, and then got to know his personality. I was like, oh, he's like really nice. Like, but I have a boyfriend, so
Yeah.
you know. I don't know.
Stay away.
Yeah.
And I think also everyone's different. Like I am the type of like I have me and my like another one of my really good friends are complete like polar opposites in a sense of like I don't think it's weird if he doesn't want to have the conversation. My friend could come into like the room and be like, yo, like super vulgar, be like, I did this,
Yeah,
this,
I
this,
can't.
and I cannot do
Yeah,
it.
you're like me
makes
then.
me uncomfortable, and I'm
Yeah.
like, I just what I do in my own like spare time is like my business. I don't
Yeah.
talk
Right.
about it with any
So
other person.
me, like my
Yeah.
personality is not very sexual. Like people like see me on Instagram and stuff, and they always think I'm like a super like sexual person. And it's funny because I'm like the most unsexual person. And it's like funny because I've like read stuff about people who like post like their body and like sexual pictures. We like some people express their like sexuality in different ways. Like some people sleep around, some people like hook up with everybody. Like the girls who are having more sex than I've ever had in my whole entire life are the girls who are like wearing nice cover up photo. Like their pictures are like all super like modest, but then you go to my page and it looks like, oh my god, she's probably sleeping around with everyone. But it's like, no, never. Like literally haven't even. So it's like I express.
Just to re-clarify that for everyone.
I'm like my sexuality. I express
I
it in
don't
a
think
different
people
way.
think that when they look at it. I don't
Dude,
think
I
they
think
go.
sometimes they do.
I don't think they go on your page. I think they say, "Damn, that girl's hot and she's confident and she has an
Yeah.
amazing
But
body."
people are different.
So,
Some people are mean, and they think that they,
Yeah, but I
they
think
translate
with anything
that as
with
something
social
bad.
media, everyone's gonna leave the mean comments.
Yeah.
Okay, but
out
are
of
you gonna go to a
envy
girl's
or-
page who's like her butt is out and think, oh, she's probably slutty, or you're gonna go to a page with a girl that's like fully dressed?
I
and,
think
like,
it goes
nice.
back to like society and like what
It's
we
just
find.
stereotypes.
Yeah.
I'm just saying the
though,
stereotype.
That's that word I hate. Like
Okay,
the
what do you want me
slutty-
to say?
Well, because it's not like that's just like people think that okay, if a girl is not dressed like fully covered,
I know.
she's a slut.
Yeah.
If
I know,
she's
but I've
like
had to do this,
slept
like,
with a
forever.
guy, she's a slut.
Yeah.
But if she slept with a guy, like she was probably interested in the guy, she made a self decision. But if the girl is like going around with her legs open, like and just saying, everybody's welcome. Like at that point, okay, like I get it. But if it's just like her experience, like in relationships, experiencing like dating a guy for 2 months didn't work out, found another guy she likes.
Anything that's super dramatic.
Yeah.
Right.
Or makes her anything other than a normal human.
But I think that word is just so put on girls in a negative way that doesn't have anything like.
Okay, so
like,
do I say hoe?
For
What
what
do I
they think
say?
you are. I don't think people think that.
I don't think people think that, and I think if anyone did, it doesn't come from you being the way that you are. I think it all just comes to like how stereotypical like things are online and how, you know, it always goes back to like the people leaving the hate comments. It's basically what they're feeling about themselves in their own way. Like,
Yeah, but I'm
you know,
just
I
saying,
think
like,
that
in a
you're allowed
general
to do what you want and not be called anything.
Right. No, but like in a general sense, like when you're posting pictures like that, like people just in the people are always gonna resort to like.
Do you have your phone?
No.
Do you have your phone?
No.
Can you toss me your phone? Like really quick to Google. I just want to Google the definition of a slut really quick.
Wow, that's smart.
Yeah.
Oh,
just
I
like
always used to
see
say
what
I'm
it
a blunt.
actually says.
You know what a blunt? It's
thank you.
called like a blunt or something.
right.
It's a girl who looks and dresses like a slut but isn't a slut.
Oh, you cannot do Urban Dictionary.
That's what Urban Dictionary was.
Yeah, Urban Dictionary would be like, I don't know. All right, slut, a woman who has many casual sexual partners. Yeah.
So
So
I'm
a
saying-
prostitute.
So how is slut a bad word to use? That's what it means. Like,
No, I'm saying to call a girl a slut that like slept with a guy that like dress like sexual, like or dress like.
oh, okay. So what do you
sexy.
call a girl that dresses sexy then?
A girl,
girl,
confident
yeah.
girl.
Okay, then everyone gotta use F off.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what we've been
you
trying
are
to
not
say.
a slut, Summer.
No, but
I'm
I'm
trying
just
to say
saying
that like
I'm
girls
just saying
are
the
allowed to have
perception.
confidence in themselves.
I'm just saying what people think.
the perception of what people think.
That's
Totally.
what people think. Like,
Yeah.
it's just life.
Yeah, this is a slut, a hooker, a streetwalker, a Sloven. I don't even know what a Sloven is, but that's on there too.
Is.
Yeah. Yeah.
What's a Sloven?
I don't know. Now I'm curious. Probably the same thing though.
Yeah. Cool. So it's just like I think it's a word that's wrongly used a lot,
Yeah.
but it's
But I'm
even
just saying,
especially
you know,
by
stereotypes. It's just like
Yeah.
people are just gonna resort to like thinking that way because that's what it is. So it's just like I just
so
like
if
to
anybody
express
comments
myself.
the word slut in your
It's
comment
just people,
section,
you know how girls are like, you know,
block
you
that
know
word.
when a
yeah,
guy, like,
they're
you know, like-
uneducated.
Yeah.
You know,
really,
when,
they are.
You know when
Yeah.
girls like find out like a guy they like or someone's dating like an Instagram model or something, it's like you're dating that like that whore. It's like because like what I post is like
I think that's
actually
just
I'm
childish.
not.
I think it's just people that are uneducated and are just childish.
Just throwing out words they heard one time.
Yeah.
Just to make themselves feel better.
My worst thing is because like I'm like really Christian and stuff, and I have my Bible verse in my bio, and people are always like, "How can you call yourself a Christian when you're posting pictures like that?" I'm like, dude, how are you call yourself a Christian when you're judging me?
Yeah.
It's actually a good point. There you go.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, well, we're all
Contradicting
sinners
a little bit there.
Like I'm a sinner, like you're a sinner, we're all sinners. Like
Nobody's
I'm not judging your
that's what
sins.
makes us
So
Nobody's
human.
perfect.
no one. So
Did we give advice to a horny guy?
I
From
think
not
it-
the horny guy?
I think it was.
I think we're just trying to like understand it, but I don't.
I think we were trying to understand it, but I was also just trying to get to the point of like I don't think anything's wrong.
No,
with
I don't
you.
think anything's wrong with him, and he
Everyone is
can't-
different in their own ways.
Yeah, and there's a thing called asexual. Like that, I think he doesn't even understand that there is a
If
thing
there's a
called.
term for something, you're not alone.
Yeah, exactly.
No,
you
that's
know?
what we're saying.
They made a whole like genre out of that.
Yeah.
He's just making it seem like he thinks he's like some type of alien who doesn't like sex and all his guy
Yeah,
friends
there's
do. It's
definitely
like,
nothing wrong
dude,
with
there's
it.
literally that's
Honestly,
a
I
type.
prefer asexual all day long.
Me
because
too,
Because of
dude.
like what you said.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
I would like that,
Yeah.
like, dude. I hate. Dudes
I'd be like,
who are,
yeah, go out, do
overly
whatever you
sexual.
want.
You know when you're with guy friends and they're like seeing girl, like, oh my god, oh my god, she's so.
Yeah.
I'm like, ew, shut up, like
Yeah,
gross, like shut
TMI.
up, like I
when
hate
like you,
that. Like, I
yeah,
hate
when your
guy
guys
talk.
friends that have like bad influences. Yeah.
Oh my god, I hate when I will not let my boyfriend hang out with like certain friends that I think are like just bad influencers, always talking about girls the whole time. Like, oh, I
Yeah.
tapped that. Oh, I love.
Yeah.
I'm like, can you please shut up. Like that's not
Yeah.
cute. Like
Yeah.
It's really not.
I honestly
It's no
don't
reason
think
to
that,
do that.
guys think it's cute or fun that much either. Like,
there's certain guys who
there's
do it.
guys
I have
that-
so much
yeah.
respect for guys who don't do it. Because I'm like,
Same.
okay, cool. You f girls and you do all this stuff. Congrats. Do you want a cookie? Like, we don't have
it's
to
just
hear
an
about
ego
it.
rub.
It's
It definitely is.
Yeah.
I feel like the guys who talk about that the most are the least lame.
Yeah,
That
no,
could be it
I
too.
I
definitely.
think so.
I think for
Because
sure.
they have to like make sure everyone thinks
Knows
that they're
it,
sleeping
yeah.
around. It's
Yeah.
like, dude, we don't care, and now I'm getting a little sus.
Those are usually the guys that lie about it too, and they like come up with
Dude,
like,
have you ever heard stories about like, oh, you've slept with so and so? I'm like, who? I don't even know that person. I'm like, who made that up? They're making up all
It's
these.
probably the guys like that are like, yo, I did this.
Those
Yeah.
are the worst lies because it's just like, dude, come on. Like,
Yeah, it's-
wow. Because it makes girls look like a bad. Because guys can do whatever they
You can
want.
say a
And
slut
then
for
it-
that part.
Okay. It makes girls. I don't
know
when I can say it or when I
actually
can't.
the proper
Guys,
time.
now I keep saying like girls who sleep around. Like I can't say the S word because the S word. Because like Amanda's gonna be like, pause. Quit.
it's like saying like
Amanda's
a swear
I
word
mean,
to me.
Yeah.
Amber
I don't
has
know why, but
ruined the word for us.
yeah, the slut
No,
walk.
but they call themselves sluts. Like
But
Amber
that's-
calls herself a slut.
But she does it to be like, screw you, your words can't hurt me. Call me a slut all you want just because I'm sexy. Sure,
Yeah.
I'm a slut because I'm sexy and I'm confident.
Yeah, I think
Slut
it goes
all the
back
way.
to like doing that like trick where if someone calls you a name in high school or whatever, you
Yeah,
call
yeah,
it
just
yourself so
embrace
it
it.
can't hurt you.
Yeah.
But I mean, if you're sleeping around, technically you're a
You're
slut.
gonna see a picture. You're gonna see a picture of me doing the slut walk with slut on my shirt, and you're just gonna be like, "What?"
I'm like, I can't say that word, but you can wear that word. I'm like, oh my god. I'm like, mom.
life is
Amanda's
complicated.
just like she's my mom. I feel like she's my mom sometimes.
You can't say that.
Not by looks, right? By just my wisdom.
just your wisdom.
Thank you.
Just your wisdom.
Yeah.
Just your controllingness. Just you trying to control me. Okay.
Just trying to
trying to
help
guide
here.
you through
Yeah,
life.
I'm just trying to help.
Yes.
I'm just trying to help. It's so we live in a world where you really can't say certain things because in my head I'm saying it in such innocence, but then it comes out and people are like, oh, how'd you say that? I'm like, I don't
It
know.
just goes back
it
to like always
changes.
leaving the like
Guys,
comments and opinions.
Right, it
Yeah.
really, but the thing is that it changes all the time. Like certain things that were accepted, like all of a sudden
Aren't
changed.
anymore,
Like
yeah.
I didn't know you couldn't say Oriental for a little bit. And anything if I say it and it comes off offensive, I don't mean it like that.
No,
you know?
totally. We know
so it's
that.
like sometimes you say things and then people take it a wrong way and think you're some horrible person. It's like, oh my god, I did not mean it like that. I had no idea.
I think that's what one of the biggest issues is that somebody will say something with complete innocence, you know?
and it'll be taken the wrong way.
It takes.
Yeah.
It's not fair to that
It's like
person.
you worded
because
that
you're not
wrong,
being
it sounded
hateful.
like that. It's like if it's not coming from hate, and I guess there's ignorance, which is like a big issue. But it's just also instead of just yell at people, just help them learn.
Yeah.
Instead of being like,
Yeah, like why does the media have
career
to be so
over.
mean and like ruin your life? It's just like don't ever say that again. It's like, and then they say it again. If they're saying it in a
guess
mean,
that's how some people
hateful
learn.
way.
Seriously.
Yeah.
But I think it goes back to like having the public eye always on you because it's like they always want you to fail.
They want you to fail. They don't want you to be successful.
No. So they look for certain things.
Oh,
how
and
they
like
can,
you know, like
perceive
if
it.
you do, like people are always waiting for that mess up. So if you do mess up, they're gonna make sure it's huge because they're
Yeah,
like,
like
I don't know when
hop
she'll
right
mess
on
up
it.
again. I better make this one
Yeah.
a big deal.
yeah. Well, what
We
did
all
they
mess
say?
up.
It's
We're
a-
humans.
It's an easy, or it's a hard climb, but an easy fall.
Oh yeah, I've heard that one before. It's so
Yeah.
true.
Yeah.
It's like you can get to the top.
Well,
That's
I
how
guess
long
the
can you
best
stay there.
thing that anybody can do is just try to be worldly, try to understand different cultures and travel, explore, meet people, understand why they do things in their ways, and you're just how
Be
we better
open-minded and
Yeah. Yeah, because it does help a lot. I mean, I feel like for people that don't travel, like especially like some people that aren't able to travel or can't afford to travel, like I've learned the most.
So much by traveling.
Yeah, and it's like even through other cultures and stuff too. It's just like you learn why they do things differently,
Yeah.
like the tradition behind things. It's just so crazy
I
how
feel
much
like you
learn.
also just have that much more of an appreciation for your own,
Yeah.
like where you live and stuff too.
Yeah, your sense of home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's so crazy because when you're a kid, you don't really realize there's a whole world out
And
there.
you also think you already know everything.
No. Oh
yeah,
my
you
God.
think that
That's
this
the
is
thing.
the world, and then you go out, and I'm like, wait. So there's like other worlds because
Yeah.
it feels like every place I've ever been, I feel like I'm in a whole new
Yeah.
world. Like I feel like I'm like
Totally.
on a different planet because everything's so different.
Yeah.
But it's like you think that like I thought my little town in Colorado was my whole world. I thought what
And
we
then
were
you grew
doing, what
up.
everyone was doing, and that's life. I go other places, I'm like, wait, it's night here and it's morning where I was. I'm like, what is life?
Yeah.
I'm like, what's happening?
A whole new world.
Right, that's like true.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Well, I think we answered the honeypot questions.
Yeah, we're just saying, dude, embrace yourself. It's
Yeah.
all good. You're normal for being asexual, and you're gonna find someone
Maybe
you love.
Google it too. Maybe you'll learn something a little bit.
Yeah,
about yourself.
Yeah, we're gonna learn
And
some
he's
things
gonna
too.
find someone he loves, and it's not going to be about sex. It's gonna be about love.
But whatever it is, we like your perspective.
Asexual guy, that's where it's at.
And he gets his own jingle.
Yeah, so I think you are the only one who got our honey from our honey pot that got the jingle. So I think that's kind of
accomplishment
special.
in its own. Bring that to the locker room. Ayo.
Yeah, when you were at the locker room and they're talking about all that, you're like, well, I got a jingle. They're gonna
From
think like
Sommer,
a little ball
Amanda, and Kylie.
What'd she say?
She said they're gonna think he got a little ball jingle.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
After I just got done talking about how I'm not sexual, I'm talking about jingling balls.
Jingle balls.
You got
Please
two.
add that.
The fact when you find out Sommer is a virgin because balls don't jingle.
Yeah.
Jingle balls.
Oh my
We'll
god.
never know.
Yeah, you really never know.
When does your movie come out?
That already came out.
What is the movie called?
On where? Where? How do we?
What? How do we watch it? Can we
Tell us
stream
everything.
No.
Oh, where's your TV, Amanda?
It's called Kiss Kiss. It already came out.
Oh.
Yeah, it came out like 2 months ago. I don't know. Time's
Jingle.
flying
What's it
by.
called? Kiss Kiss.
Kiss Kiss.
Kiss Kiss my ass.
And on.
I think it's like pretty much all platforms. Like, well, I don't know. Not like Hulu, Netflix, but it's on like Amazon. Like you can do it on Amazon Prime.
Can I
Oh,
get
I
it on
have that.
iTunes?
I have
or-
Hulu too.
Yeah. Perfect.
We're gonna watch it.
I'll be the Kiss
That's
Kiss.
so
It's a play.
exciting. We have
love
an
it.
actress sitting in our love sack.
Yeah. Okay.
No, well, I'm excited to see it, and I'm proud of you. That's awesome.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
You gonna watch the Coachella vlog too?
Oh God. It's gonna
Yeah,
be
send us
like
a
Kylie just Coachella.
No, the whole
and then
vlog
it's gonna
is her
hard cut
bringing it
there.
out,
It's
and
like,
she's
wait,
like,
where's the vlog?
she like brings it out, and she's like, oh, and then she brings it back down. That's the whole vlog.
Yeah. It's literally up for 2 seconds. No.
That's like actually
make
what I
sure
do
you
when I'm
guys-
walking. I like do this, and I have a double chin. I'm like,
She's
I guess.
incognito.
I
She
know.
films people without them knowing, basically.
know.
I'm just like, hi, how are you guys doing? They're like looking at me. I'm like holding the camera, like the phone down here all awkwardly. I'm like, They're like, what the
Like, what are you doing?
I think it's better at that
just
point to
living
have
life.
it up high so people know.
You know, just embrace
Just in
it at
case,
that point.
yeah.
Guys, I just don't want anyone to know.
She's all secretive
isn't
over
that
here.
Literally.
Well, thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you check out Kylie's social media handles. We'll have it in the links below. And
watch her movie Kiss Kiss.
Yes, do that too. And subscribe to our OHoney
Link
YouTube.
Subscribe.
Links
we're
down
not
below
broke.
too.
It's down below, guys.
Links.
All links down below. And download the podcast, the audio version, so you can hear us in your car, on
So
your way
we
to
can annoy
work.
you on the way to work and everywhere in life.
Just hang out with us. We love you.
Love
Mwah.
you.
Thanks, guys.
Oh, honey. Diary LLC makes no warranty or guarantee as to the accuracy or sufficiency of the information featured in this podcast. The information and recommendations presented in this podcast are general opinions only.
This podcast should not be considered professional or expert advice. Reliance on the information provided in this podcast is done at your own discretion.
Bye.